Welcome to Scattered Travel TV. I'm your host, Debbie Gerber. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to be doing some segments that will especially help some of you. We have just decided to get a second home, a vacation home in another state where it's warmer. I'm so tired of freezing cold in the wintertime, and so we are buying a vacation home in another state. Watch for those specials if that's something you're interested in. I'll go through how we picked it out and how we bought it and some of the things to consider when you buy a second home or a vacation home. I think talking about preparation and knowing what things you can do to make your travel safer and to be more educated about the place that you're traveling is extremely important, especially if you're a boomer or senior traveler, as you are probably more susceptible to scams and to crime and those kind of things. So, one of the things that I always do, and I think it's just the best, is that I go to a website by the U.S. government that gives you all kinds of information. If you don't know about this website, this is really important for you. It is www.travel.state.gov. On there are so many different things. The first thing that is very important for you is to find out the rules on passports and visas. There's a section there, a tab that says passports and visas. Under the passports, some of the things that you'll want to check is a passport required? For most places that you travel outside of the country, any country that you live in, you will have to have a passport. You also need to know that your passport has to have so much time still left on it. So in most places, your passport has to have at least 90 days that it is active, that it's still good, that the issue date still goes to for 90 days. So if it needs to renew again in 60 days or it's going to be up, a lot of countries won't let you in when you get there. So you need to make sure that you check on that. Most countries it's 90 days. So check ahead of time because you're going to have time to order or renew a new passport and have it get to you before you go. So 4 months before or 5 months before that passport's up, you should be renewing it. Make sure that you have it so if you want to travel. But check those dates. If you need to renew, the information to renew is on there. The price lists are on there, where to send for it. It has the forms for passports either applying or renewing that you can download those forms and then send them in or take them to your local passport place. It says the kind of pictures. It'll explain all the things that you need to know for passports in one spot, one official spot, so that you know that what you're getting is accurate. The information that you're getting is accurate because sometimes you get different things from travel websites and this and that and the other, and they haven't checked what's current. And so make sure that you check this site. It's great for that. It will also tell you on visas, do you need a visa for the place that you're going? What type of visa do you need? Now, when we checked, we just returned from Turkey, and when we went to Turkey, we checked to see, do we need a visa? So we went on this travel site by the government and looked up Turkey. And yes, we needed a visa. So we're like, oh my, we got to have a visa. Well, it wasn't that difficult because it said that you can send for one if you want, or you can pay for one at the airport. It was $20, and just before you got off the plane and you went down to the passport area, and right to the side of that was a place that you could buy your passport stamp. You went up there, you gave them your passport, you gave them the $20, they stamped your passport, and then you went on to the passport control center where they check you for your passport before you enter into the country. Very simple. Just make sure you know how you're supposed to do it. And this is one of the areas that, you can get really nervous if you're not sure how it's supposed to go and you get there and, oh, what am I supposed to do? But this website will explain to you how to do that. For specific countries like Turkey, where I went, you can watch some of my shows and I can explain exactly where it was as you went in. We've also done that in Mexico. flown in and then been able to get the visa right at the airport. So you just need to know, where do you get that visa? Do you need one? And the cost, because we also had to have in both places exact change or exact money. They took anything. They took euros, they took US dollars, they took Turkish liras, whatever you had, they took it at that one. But make sure you know, do you have to have it in local currency? Will the currency from your country work to buy the visa at the airport? So you have and some of them you have to have the exact amount. So make sure that you know what you need to have. There's somebody here that just is dying to get up and say hello. You want to say hi? There you go. See? We're having a little movie time. And she's very jealous. She gets so concerned when we travel. If the suitcases come out, Chi-Chi just goes crazy. You just go crazy, huh? You say, oh, are you leaving me, Mom? Huh? Are you leaving? We're not leaving today. We're just having a little movie time. Another area, while I've gotten her in my arms, that is covered very well on this website is what about pets. What if you want to take your pet with you? What are the rules? How does that work? Can you take your pet with you? I was really surprised that it gave really good details on taking your pet, especially if you're going overseas. One of the things that shocked me and made me very sad was, let's say you had to evacuate, that there's an emergency. Maybe it's a natural disaster or political, I'll call it a disaster too, and you have to get out of the country quickly, and they evacuate you. Do you know that your pet, you have to make arrangements to leave your pet there, because unless it's a guide dog, which are not considered pets, if it's a pet, you have to make arrangements to get it out of the country separately, because generally they don't have room to take animals with them or with you on those evacuations. So be aware, again, especially if you're taking a pet, that you make those arrangements and that you have gone through this. Like I said, this is a marvelous website with a lot of information. Can I put you down now so I can talk to these people, please? Okay, let's put you down. Okay. All right. They need love too once in a while. Okay, so, they need love too. They demand attention, and I'm busy a lot, so I have to give her attention once in a while. The thing about this website is, if you'll go there also, there is it's kind of a search bar, and you can put the country in that you're going to, and it will bring up the information that they currently have on that country. They have things from travel warnings, like is there any dishevel going on anywhere? Are there strikes? Are there, transportation issues? Any kind of a safety issue will be on there, and it'll tell you what it is. And they'll tell you past ones, so you can kind of get a feel for what it was like. It'll give you information on crime. It'll tell you specifically areas that have a lot of crime, like it will tell you specific areas that you have to be extra careful in. Like sometimes there might be a park or a market where a lot of petty crime is, like where there's pickpocketing and stealing the purses and things like that, so that you can be extra aware of those areas or places and what kind of crime there is, so that you can determine whether this is something that is too far in the risky zone for you or not. As you go down this website, it will also give you health information. Health information is important because there are places that you shouldn't drink the water. That's important to know, because when you get in your hotel and you've got some medication to take and you're thinking, do I take it with water out of the tap or don't I? And you need to be prepared ahead of time so that you'll know to drink bottled water. If not, most countries I go to, I just do bottled water anyway, even though they say it's safe. But, having knowledge, again, is the premier thing to have. So, it will tell you vaccinations. That's another important area that the government travel website covers, is vaccinations. What kind of vaccinations do you need or are required? And if they are required vaccinations, you will have to take the proof with you that you've had those vaccinations. So find out what they are. Some of them take 3 to 6 months because there'll be a series of vaccinations that go together that you can't just go and I'm leaving next week and take the shot. So again, be sure that you check that you have that information, that you've got the proper vaccinations or medications that you know that you need to have for that country. As well as, it's going to tell you if there's any pandemics, if there's any influenza problems, if there's any infectious diseases in the area. All of those things are going to be covered so that you, again, can decide, do I really want to take a chance on this area or not? There is, some of the other things are like natural disasters. What to do in case of a natural disaster. Who do you contact? Where do you go? If you've had something stolen, your passport stolen, a wallet stolen, your luggage stolen, it will also give you the contact information for the embassies of that area and anything that the procedures that you need to do to follow up on that. I know we were in Spain or Italy. That one was in Italy. We were in Italy and I was riding a bus and my wallet was stolen out of my backpack. I didn't know it until I got to the next destination, and then I went to pay for something and my wallet was gone. I immediately thought, what do I do? What do I do? But I had written down before I went my credit card information, the company's phone numbers, as well as the U.S. consulate. I did go and make a police report in that area because they told me that's what I needed to do. But the first thing I did was call the U.S. consulate. They were fabulous in explaining to me probably what had happened because they have it happen a lot. And they said that I had paid for a train ticket or a bus ticket. And they said that criminals sit and watch people buy their tickets. And then they see where they put their wallet or their money. And even though it was inside my backpack in a pocket inside my backpack, if they had been standing near enough to me, they would have seen where I put that. And then in the jostle of a crowded bus, been able to get that out. I now carry things a little differently. That's a whole nother show. If you want to go check some of the tips on travel safety on my other shows, you'll find how I carry money safely now so that doesn't happen. It was a lesson I had to learn. But having those numbers for the U.S. consulate was really good because I didn't have to, try to go find a local phone directory and all those kind of things and find them. I was just able to call, and they were available 24/7 to help me. I could call and check in to see. They told me that if it was recovered, because they had my information, they would mail it to me. It was a really nice thing to know ahead of time. I got that information off of this website. Thanks for joining us at Scatter Travel TV. Come visit us on our website, www.scattertravel.tv, and see more travel destination information, more videos of things to see, previews of travel, and there's some discounts on there as well. So come visit us. We hope we can help you in your travel so that your travel is more enjoyable and more entertaining for you.